Alright folks, I am super happy to be doing this right now. Lorde just dropped green lights yesterday at 2 p.m. and I have been waiting until then, until I could explain it, because I am so excited. I don't think I've ever felt this excited about a new album. By the way, it's going to be called Melodrama, but I don't think I've ever been this excited about a new album probably since Blurry Face or Mumford & Sons' last album. Like, this is going to be awesome. She's such a good artist, she's got such good lyrics, and I'm going to try to explain every single song of her album. And you guys are pretty excited too. On YouTube already, Merrick Trojan said, "Could you please explain Green Light by Lorde?" David asks, "Explain Green Light by Lorde," and Alexandra DeCarlo, "Lorde's album is going to be coming out soon. She just released a new single, Green Light. Do you think you can do those songs?" I definitely can, and I'm going to do Green Light right now. It's a deep song. It is about a breakup and kind of those feelings afterwards. We're going to get into it. I've got some research and some other cool stuff that's going to really help you guys feel confident in knowing what the song is about. So, let me explain. Hey everybody, my name is Clifford Stumming. I'm the Pop Song Professor. Welcome to my channel. We're all about helping music lovers like you to understand the deeper meanings of popular songs so that you know what your artists are saying and can enjoy your music more. Today we're talking Green Light by Lorde, and as you already have guessed from the intro, I am really excited. And I wanted to start by kind of giving you a background of the song from the artist's perspective and to kind of hear what other people have been saying about it. There's an article on NPR where they quote a note from her Facebook page, and so I've read the note on her Facebook page, and she tells us a little bit about what Melodrama is going to be about. She says, "Writing pure heroin was my way of enshrining our teenage glory, putting it up in lights forever so that part of me never dies. And this record, well, this one is about what comes next." Another article on BBC says, "Lorde told Mr. Jam, I believe a radio DJ, that Green Light was about me trying to figure out how to put myself back together after her first significant heartbreak." So there we have, confirmed proof that this is about a heartbreak. Lorde has told us that herself. Later on, over on Billboard.com, they have an article that says Green Light is ostensibly a breakup song, but it's less about the screaming match than the nebulous emotions that follow. "There are open wounds. I know what you did, and I want to scream the truth," Lorde seethes. But there's also an acceptance of longing, as the chorus is constructed around Lorde admitting that she'll come get my things, but I can't let go. Lorde also told Beats One, according to an article by The Atlantic, "I realize this is that drunk girl at the party dancing around crying about her ex-boyfriend, who everyone thinks is a mess," Lorde told Beats One, which helps re-explain the Blurry Fun video. "That's her tonight, and tomorrow she starts to rebuild." So based on all of that, it's pretty easy to see that Green Light is about that relationship, it's about the heartbreak, and I really liked what Billboard said. It's about those feelings that come after the breakup. It's not exactly about the event itself, but it's about what's going to happen as she tries to put her life back together. In verse 1, she sings, "I do my makeup in somebody else's car. We order different drinks at the same bars. I know about what you did, and I want to scream the truth. She thinks you love the beach. You're such a damn liar." And you can really hear the emotion when she sings this portion, but this makeup in somebody else's car refers to her not being with him. Maybe she used to do her makeup in his car while he drove with her places, but now she's somewhere else. The beginning of verse 2 is also, she's going to say, "Sometimes I wake up in a different bedroom," which is a similar reference to that. It might be, connote more sexual relationships with somebody else, but it just means that she's not in the same bedroom as him. "We order different drinks at the same bar," so we are different people, even though we're still kind of stuck in the same places, and I might see you around. And she knows what you did, wants to scream the truth, which I think could be a reference to cheating or something that he did wrong to her, and she really wants to tell everybody, but she's not going to because she's a little bit classier than that. And then she's saying that with his new girlfriend, she thinks you love the beach, but she knows that he's a liar, so obviously he's trying to manipulate that other girl, and Lorde is watching this happen and thinks, wow, this is really terrible, and she kind of really wants to let that girl know what is happening, but she doesn't. In the refrain, she sings "Those great whites," referring to the shark. "They have big teeth, hope they bite you," which seems pretty intense, but maybe that's the kind of emotions you're dealing with after a breakup. "Thought you said that you would always be in love, but you're not in love no more." So he had told her, "I'll always be in love with you," but now she's not in love with her anymore, and he's probably not in love with this other girl. He's probably, manipulating her or just playing around or something. "Did it frighten you how we kissed when we danced on the light-up floor?" I would guess that this is probably a reference to a very intense emotional moment for them as a couple, and maybe she's thinking that it scared him away with how intense and how much commitment involved, something like that. Later on in the pre-chorus, this is when the music gets really upbeat. It's the most upbeat, fun thing I've ever heard from Lorde, and I was reading another article where she said that this is the most dance poppy song on the album. The rest of it's going to be different, obviously, but this one is going to be the one that most makes you want to dance, and it's this portion right here where you're like, oh, yeah, I'm kind of feeling happy. And she sings, "But I hear sounds in my mind, brand new sounds in my mind. But honey, I'll be seeing you ever I go." Now, the change in the tone of the music really, I think, has to do with, well, it was dark in the verse 1 and the refrain, and that's when she's thinking about him, but now she's focusing on herself and maybe thinking about rebuilding, and so the music kind of picks up tempo, maybe not tempo, but it just picks up in lightness and kind of subject material. I hear sounds in my mind, brand new sounds in my mind, so it's as if though like she's opening her eyes up to like the possibilities of what could come next and where she could go now that she's free of this relationship. But honey, I'll be seeing you wherever I go. She's still having to deal with some of that longing for the old relationship and some of like the heartbreak that's the fallout of it. The last half of the chorus she sings, "Oh, I wish I could get my things and just let go. I'm waiting for it, that green light I wanted." Now, she wishes that she could come to his house and get her things from him, but it's a little bit hard for her to go see him, and it also feels so final. So she's kind of in that nebulous point where the relationship is over, but she hasn't cut all strings, and she wants to, but she doesn't really feel like she can. She's waiting for that green light, which at first I read an article that made it sound like this could be a reference to The Great Gatsby, in which the green light for Gatsby, by F. Scott Fitzgerald, by the way, wonderful book, you should read it. The green light is about like the hope of the future and what could come. Lorde tweeted, not a Gatsby ref, actually, more like standard traffic light type meaning of green light. Which, you know, unfortunate, but still a cool metaphor or symbol here. She's waiting for that green light, so she's waiting maybe for an internal emotional green light to say, all right, you can move on, he doesn't matter anymore, you're completely free of him emotionally, and now you can go and be yourself and do whatever's next, and you don't have to be worried about going to get your stuff from his house. It's not going to be a problem. In the second version of the refrain, she changes the first 2 lines to, "All those rumors, they have big teeth, hope they bite you." So it was Great Whites, but now she's hoping that the rumors about him, which apparently are true, come back to bite him, and that he gets, you know, what's due him based on the things that he's done. And that's basically the song Green Light by Lorde. It's an awesome song. I don't think that the lyrics are necessarily groundbreaking as far as like the subject material goes, but the way that she develops them, the symbolism, the way that the music changes, you know, complete mood and tone as she goes into the pre-chorus, I think is really, really interesting and cool. It showed some diversity in her as an artist, and just, you know, the way that she develops her feelings about this and is honest and shares openly about how this heartbreak happened, and apparently it's about a real heartbreak, so she's not just making up something so that we'll buy albums and care about her or something like that. But it's a really good song. I highly recommend listening to it. Check out the music video too. She kind of goes dancing around, and you sort of get that feeling that she's processing the breakup and kind of going through it as she's singing the lyrics to the song. But yeah, overall, awesome song. I hope that you guys enjoyed this explanation and that you enjoy the song more as a result. If you're interested in me explaining more Lorde songs and in partnering with me with that, then you should check out my Patreon, where for like some perks you can partner with me, and then together we can make more explanations like this. There are perks like behind the scenes podcast that's coming out in the next couple of days, private Google Hangouts, group Google Hangouts, the ability to choose songs, all sorts of cool stuff. But yeah, in any case, do not forget to join the song meaning community by subscribing, check out some of the other videos on this channel, and comment below a song you'd like to hear me explain in a future video. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a great day.